This Saturday, February 28th, 2026. And what happened to me today changed everything I thought I knew about the silver market. I woke up this morning with one simple goal: buy some silver. Silver is trading around $88 per ounce, down from its all-time high of $121 on January 29th, a 27% discount from the peak. I thought this was my opportunity. So I did what millions of Americans do. I went to my favorite online dealers, I checked AppMex, I checked JM Bullion, I checked SD Bullion, I called my local coin shop, and what I found shocked me. Out of stock, sold out, currently unavailable, extended delivery times, purchase limits. The paper price says silver crashed. But when I actually tried to buy physical metal, I discovered a completely different reality. A reality that nobody in mainstream financial media is talking about. If you think you can buy silver at $88 right now, you need to watch this entire video, because what I'm about to show you will change everything you think you know about the difference between the paper price on your screen and the physical metal in your hand. Something is very wrong, and by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what it is. Welcome to AG Profit Hub. This is where we cut through the noise and show you what is really happening in precious metals markets while everyone else feeds you the official narrative. Subscribe right now and hit that notification bell, because what I discovered today is something you absolutely need to know before you try to buy silver. If you find value in this video, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm show this to more people who need to see the truth. And trust me, after what I experienced today, this information could save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let me walk you through exactly what happened this morning, and pay close attention because this is not speculation. This is my real experience trying to buy silver in 2026. First, I went to one of the largest online dealers. I was looking at 2025 American Silver Eagles. The page said out of stock. The 2025 Canadian Maple Leafs, sold out. Austrian Philharmonics, out of stock. Mexican Libertads, sold out. I thought maybe it was just that dealer, so I checked another major dealer, same story, multiple products showing out of stock or extended shipping times. Then I looked at the prices for items that were available, and this is where my jaw dropped. The spot price was showing $88, but a simple 1 Oz silver coin was priced well over $100. That is a premium of more than 12% just for a basic bullion coin, and for some products, the premiums were even higher. According to Bullion Star, their current indicative premiums are as follows: 1,000 Oz silver bars at spot plus 5.99%, 100 Oz bars at spot plus 10 to 12%, 1 kilo silver bars from spot plus 14%, 1 Oz silver coins from spot plus 12%. But those are the good premiums. In some markets, it is much worse. So I called my local coin shop. The owner, who I have known for years, told me something that sent chills down my spine. He said he could not get inventory. His wholesalers were limiting allocations. Wait times for new stock were stretching out to weeks, not days. He told me that in his 20 years of business, he had never seen anything like this. And then I started digging into the data, and what I found explained everything. Let me show you what is actually happening around the world, because this is not just my experience. This is a global phenomenon. From Chinese aunties queuing in Shenzhen markets to out-of-stock Turkish refineries and a Korea mint offer that sold out within an hour, silver's dizzying rally is leaving banks and refiners scrambling to meet unprecedented demand from retail investors. Let that sink in. Korea mint, sold out within an hour. Turkish refineries, out of stock. Chinese aunties, queuing in markets, and it gets worse. Global mints, refiners, and dealers are running out of physical silver as demand overwhelms supply. From Canada to Vietnam, inventories have vanished, and even raw materials for minting new bars are drying up. This is not one dealer having a bad day. This is not one country having supply issues. This is a global breakdown of the physical silver supply chain. And here is the smoking gun. Physical premiums over spot prices reflect real supply chain constraints rather than artificial manipulation. In some markets, the premiums are truly staggering. On January 14th, 2026, the global silver market experienced a significant price dislocation across its three major trading centers. While COMEX settled at $91.78 per ounce, Shanghai physical markets traded at approximately $101.54 per ounce. Indian retail markets saw prices reach approximately $99.82 per ounce. Do you understand what I just said? The paper price said $91. Shanghai said $101. India said $99.9. Physical premiums in Shanghai exceeded 45% at one point due to VAT taxes and supply constraints. To remove silver from China's exchange vaults, a 13% VAT tax must first be paid, driving the premium for Shanghai wholesale physical silver to plus 45.8% or plus 36.22 over Western exchanges. The paper price is one thing. The real-world price is something completely different. Now let me explain why the shelves are empty, because most people do not understand this, and that misunderstanding is going to cost them money. The silver market has been in deficit for 5 consecutive years. From 2021 through 2025, Global silver inventories declined year after year, creating cumulative shortages approaching 820 million ounces. Early projections for 2026 suggest another shortfall of 150 to 200 million ounces or more, 820 million ounces of cumulative shortage. That is where your silver went. It was consumed by industry, locked in ETF vaults, shipped to Asia, and it is not coming back. The Silver Institute reports that since 2019, more than 1.1 billion ounces have been drawn from available mobile inventory to satisfy both industrial demand and ETF backing requirements. That is metal that was readily accessible for trading and lending that is now locked up in various forms, gone from the market. And here is why the shelves are empty at your local dealer. Most mints and refiners do not hold vast stockpiles of silver. Instead, they lease the metal from bullion banks, refine or mint it, and then repay the borrowed silver once new supply arrives. With lease rates now sky high, the economics of this system are breaking down. For some refiners, borrowing silver has become uneconomical or even unviable, forcing them to prioritize core products and delay less profitable lines. Lease rates tell the whole story. In years of ample supply, 1-month silver lease rates typically sit around 0.3% to 0.5%. By January 2026, this rate had exploded to around 8%. 8% just to borrow silver. When someone is willing to pay 8% annualized just to borrow silver so they can be sure to take delivery on time, that in itself is a signal. Physical supply and demand are severely out of balance. And it gets even worse when you look at the vault inventories. COMEX registered inventories in the United States are down nearly 70% since 2020. COMEX warehouse inventory has fallen 75% since 2020, now at 82 million ounces. London Bullion Market Association vaults have lost around 40% of their holdings. Shanghai inventories have fallen to their lowest level in a decade. The vaults are draining, the mints cannot keep up, the refiners cannot source metal at economic rates. And you're wondering why your coin shop has empty shelves? Now let me explain the most important concept that every silver investor needs to understand, and this is the part that should make you pay very close attention. The price you see on your screen is not the price of silver, it is the price of a paper promise. When you go to buy actual silver coins or bars from a dealer, you're paying a premium over that paper spot price, and those premiums have widened significantly. According to LBMA market analysis, the exchange for physical spread, which measures the difference between COMEX futures prices and London spot prices, expanded from a historic average of 25 cents to as much as 110 per ounce during recent tightness episodes. 110 per ounce just in the spread between two paper markets. And that is before dealer premiums are added. This scarcity is driving a massive price divergence between paper-traded silver futures and the real physical metal. In Shanghai, physical silver is now trading above $80 per ounce, while COMEX futures were trading much lower. This physical premium trend signals that buyers are desperate for actual delivery rather than paper exposure. And here is the terrifying math. The ratio of paper silver contracts to real physical ounces of silver is 356 to 1. That is an inordinate amount of paper promises for every physical ounce of silver backing it. 356 paper ounces for every 1 real ounce. That is not a market, that is a house of cards. This approach has allowed us to maintain availability of both silver bars and silver coins at a time when many competitors are either completely sold out or operating with severely limited stock. That is a direct quote from one of the few dealers who still has inventory. Many competitors are completely sold out. The paper price crashes, the physical metal disappears. One of these is telling you the truth, and it is not the number on your computer screen. Now let me tell you what I learned from my experience today, because this is the most important part of this entire video. When I woke up this morning, I thought silver was on sale. The paper price was down from $121 to $88, a 27% discount. What a deal, right? Wrong. I learned that the paper price is noise. It is manipulation. It is a number that exists on screens but has increasingly little connection to the real world. Physical silver prices have broken away from paper spot prices due to extreme scarcity. Dealers are paying up to $55 per ounce in some markets just to source inventory, far above official trading levels. I learned that premiums are now a permanent feature of the market. They are not going away. In fact, they are likely to get worse. Refiners prioritize large institutional bars that move efficiently through the system. Retail products like 1-ounce coins require different production processes and more labor per ounce of output. When refiners are overwhelmed with demand, production of small retail forms falls behind, and that scarcity commands premiums. I learned that timing matters. If you wait for the paper price to drop further, you might find that the physical metal is simply unavailable at any price. The lower the paper price crashes, the faster physical silver disappears. Lower prices create more demand. More demand drains supply faster. The crash is making the shortage worse, not better. And I learned the most important lesson of all. In this environment, Holding physical silver outside the system is becoming the only reliable means of value storage. Physical ownership is non-negotiable. Counterparty risk for paper silver is higher than ever. Let me leave you with this. I tried to buy silver today. The paper price said $88, but what I found was a different reality entirely. Out of stock notices, extended delivery times, premiums of 12% or higher, empty dealer shelves, mints that cannot keep up, refiners that cannot source metal, vaults that have been drained by 70%. The price crashed 27% from the highs, and you cannot buy the product. Does that make sense to you? Does that sound like a real market? In any normal market, when price crashes, supply increases, sellers come out, product becomes available. That is how markets work, but that is not what is happening here. Here, the price is crashing while supply is vanishing. The price is going down while the whole world is running out. For years, above-ground stockpiles helped balance the market. That buffer is now gone. The paper market says $88. The physical market says there is no silver available at reasonable premiums. One of these is lying to you, and after my experience today, I know exactly which one. Drop a comment telling me about your experience trying to buy silver recently. Have you faced empty shelves, extended wait times, shocking premiums? I read every single comment, and if enough people share their stories, I will compile them into a follow-up video. Subscribe if you have not already. Hit that notification bell because this situation is getting worse, not better. I tried to buy silver today. What happened shocked me. And now you know what I discovered. This is AG Profit Hub because the real story is never on the surface. I will see you in the next one.